are you?
Who aren't I is a better question.
You are Marilyn?
I'm Marilyn. I'm Manson sometimes. My parents gave me the name of Brian Warner. Some people call me Doctor as a nickname, but I'm a little bit of everyone. That's what I try and remind people, that no matter how bad or different or interesting or strange people think I am, there's a little bit of everybody in me.
And you're up here in Vancouver, BC, Canada, talking about your throbbing, uncircumcised member. Please tell us a bit about that, Marilyn Manson.
Not my throbbing, uncircumcised member. I'm circumcised. It may be throbbing from time to time. I was pointing out how words are letters arranged in different ways. And when you arrange them just right, you get things like throbbing, uncircumcised members.
Now, Marilyn Manson, you can also arrange numbers, numerology. On your first couple records, there was quite a bit of numerology. Lately, hasn't been as much. Any comment?
There still has been numerology. This time around on the new record, I was using a lot of the numbers that exist in the tarot. It was very esoteric numerology and things like that. But 15's my number.
Aren't you working on some tarot cards, too? Is there going to be Marilyn Manson tarot cards? I know there was some sort of tarot cards, but is there going to be Marilyn Manson tarot cards?
I think we may eventually put out a deck. I like the aesthetic value in all tarot cards, so I wanted to do my own.
Is there Marilyn Manson lipstick?
There used to be, strangely enough. There was at one point. It was bright red, but now there's no Marilyn Manson lipstick. I have an action figure, though, which is not safe for children under the age of 4. But
That's not a Todd McFarlane one, is it?
no, I thought everyone does the Todd McFarlane doll, so I sought out some Japanese manufacturers who allowed me to include weapons and throbbing members in my action figure, so it'll be much more interesting than the average Todd McFarlane ones.
Although he is Canadian, and you are in Vancouver, BC, Canada, right, Marilyn Manson?
I am a fan of Todd McFarlane, but I just had to have guns and throbbing members in my doll.
So what about some of the imagery that you really like? Jodorowsky or Kenneth Anger. What can you say about that sort of stuff? You kind of really enjoy that type of stuff, don't you, Marilyn Manson? You kind of enjoy that stuff.
I think it's a type of, they're both the filmmakers that inspired the era that we're in, you know, and I like to pay tribute to them. I think Kenneth Anger is kind of way out there, as well as Jodorowsky, but...
what can you tell people about them, for people that don't know?
Well, Kenneth Anger was someone who was very much involved in the occult and worked with the Rolling Stones and Jimmy Page, and I think his films were more experimental than Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky is someone I'm actually making a movie with later this year, or early next year, hopefully, called Abel Cain. So that's an honor for me, because he's one of my heroes. But he's 70 now, but he's still a genius, as always.
And you are Marilyn Manson. Now, Marilyn, you love films. What could you say about some of these films that I just jotted down, you know, and the importance of them? And number one, The Holy Mountain.
That's my favorite Jodorowsky film. I think it deals with religion in a different storytelling sort of way. And the imagery, every scene, I think, is just something beautiful. Even if you turn the sound off, it's just a beautiful film to watch, something that's inspired a lot of my videos.
What about Even Dwarves Started Small?
I actually have that film as well. I thought that was...
That's Werner Hertzog, right?
Werner Hertzog, yes. Very, I guess he's an eccentric sort of the German version of a Jodorowsky in a way. I like that movie. I thought it had a lot of... they used dwarves to tell... I guess a more universal story about discrimination. I thought it was a good movie.
Now, speaking of Japanese, Mojo the Beast.
That one I haven't seen.
Mojo the Blind Beast, I should say.
I still haven't seen that one.
Crimes of the Future by David Cronenberg.
I've seen all Cronenberg's, but I'm not familiar with that one.
Marilyn Manson, David Lynch, Eraserhead. You like that flick, right? Who doesn't really like it, right?
Of course, not my favorite of his, but I do enjoy it.
Now, there's a rumor. Are you going to be working on a movie with David Lynch there? Are you going to be working on a little movie with him that has Billy Ray Cyrus in it? I heard there's a little rumor you're going to be working with Billy Ray Cyrus in a mullet, Marilyn Manson.
It sounds like a fantastic idea, but no, that's not true. I did do a tiny cameo in Lost Highway, I think Lynch is kind of going in a different direction with his films now. I think more of mainstream. So I'm not real sure what his next film is, but always a fan and consider him a friend. But I don't have any Billy Ray Cyrus projects coming up.
Marilyn Manson, did you once approach Jello Biafra to be in a film? Jello Biafra once told me this, that Marilyn Manson had approached him.
I met him in Europe, and I may have been drunk and said, let's make a movie, but I didn't approach him. We approached one another.
Do you think he might be in a movie, or do you think you might put him in a movie?
Didn't he play a Canadian border guard in a film?
Yes, he did, in Highway 61 by Bruce McDonald.
That's exactly right. I saw that. No. I wouldn't be opposed to putting him in a film.
Well, Marilyn Manson, speaking of hockey hair and mullets, Creed. What about Creed? Are they really the striper of the new millennium?
Those are your words, not mine, but I think that that's quite an accurate description.
Actually, I thought you might have actually said that. I noticed it on the metalsludge.com website. Have you checked that one out at all, Marilyn Manson? Metal Sludge?
I've seen that. Well, I can say this without using any defamation of character, that if they are the striper and they are the Christians that they say they are, I have seen them at liquor serving establishments, which I find to be very unchristian-like.
No, I don't know if you're going to like this or not, Marilyn Manson, but if you could hold the mic here for 1 second.
Sure.
What do you see? What this, I think, really offends you. Just put the mic to your face. What do you see here?
I see a very hairy chest, but it's quite impressively shaped, though. There's a symmetry to the way the hair's grown on your chest.
Now, I understand, Marilyn Manson, that kind of disgusts you slightly.
Not necessarily. If it's, I myself don't like chest hair on my own body, but I don't mind it on other people's bodies. That's their body.
Marilyn Manson, Quiet Riot. Did you bring them in one time to play a private party? Did you help bring them back?
Unfortunately, I think I may have been responsible for bringing them back. I did have them play a party.
Come on, feel the noise. Why? What happened? Have they been hitting you up for opening spots now?
No, but they were on some VH1 return of something or other, and I feel like I put them back into the public eye, which maybe would not have been a good thing to do.
Marilyn Manson, what about King Diamond? Are you a big King Diamond fan at all?
The rest of my band is, but I missed the King Diamond thing when I was into metal. Somehow it escaped me.
Because for people that don't know, there's a lot of comparisons between Marilyn Manson and King Diamond, aren't there?
Our voices are very similar. He has that real high thing that I can't really do.
But like the name, King Diamond, Marilyn Manson, you both sing about the occult, and you're both ordained by priests, by Anton LaVey.
Is he also?
Yes, he was the first rock and roller ever to be ordained a priest of the Church of Satan, the guy from King Diamond, just like you, Marilyn Manson.
Well, I guess maybe we're not so different.
Marilyn, I was wondering, when you were ordained a high priest, did you actually get to check out Anton LaVey's place? Because friends of mine actually have a couch from the ritual chamber. What's it like there?
I considered him to be a good friend. I've spent many occasions at his house. I think it was what people would expect, I guess. It lived up to my expectations. It was a nice place.
Did you cry when he died?
I didn't cry, but I was sad because it was kind of like an uncle in a way to me.
You don't think he's going to come back as a bat at all, do you?
I would hope that he would. That would be probably his dream.
Well, Marilyn Manson, a couple quick questions here. You covered I Put a Spell on You by Screaming Jay Hawkins.
I did.
That's a great song. Now, he recently died. Did you realize he had sex 21 times a day?
No, but that's a fantastic thing that may have caused his death in some way.
Have you ever been able to compete with that number of all, Marilyn, 21 times a day for sex? Do you think you'll be able to be up there with Screaming Jay?
I think I'm at 11 is my average.
He also had 57 kids.
That's a lot of kids. A lot of mouths to feed. A lot of skulls to shake.
Now, you have a new girlfriend now, Dita Von Teese.
This is true.
No, she has the largest corset collection in the United States of America. That's pretty interesting.
She gave me a corset. I think that's how we initially met and bonded, through our corsetry fascination.
And winding up here, Marilyn, do you realize in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Beautiful People is a song they use when the Vancouver Canucks hockey team rush onto the ice? That's the team. That's the song, Beautiful People, for the sports team, the Canucks.
That's good. I don't like sports, so that makes it ironic to me. But hockey is more violent than most sports, so I think that works.
Well,
Nardwuar, sorry, we have to go.
oh,
They have a plane to catch. They're going to be late.
just going to ask you one last thing. Corey Feldman. I did an interview with Corey Feldman a little while back, and he was stoked to be in your book, but then he was kind of scared because, did you turn on Corey Feldman? Because I know you're a great Corey Feldman fan, Marilyn Manson. What was the deal between you and Corey Feldman?
I think he was disappointed that some of the comments I made about him, but I felt that they were all in good spirits. I wasn't trying to be cruel to him.
Well, you
but
said
he was never the actor that Patrick Dempsey was. I find him to be my favorite 80s actor.
You said it was offensive hanging him would be with pissing in a deaf girl's ear, him and Leif Garrett. That's what you said in Pulse magazine.
No, I think that's mixed up a little bit. There was some pissing in the deaf girl, and there was Leif Garrett, but they were never all in the same room.
Well, thanks so much, Marilyn Manson. Really appreciate your time. What's your favorite internet search engine?
Dogpile or disinfo.com.
Great. Well, thanks so much. Keep on rocking in the free world and doot doodaloot doo.
Doot do? All right.